In a world where evil pirates hold innocent creatures captive, causing misery and dread to the glade, some have hope to be saved. There is a hero. That hero is Rayman. Just escape that cell, slide down, and fall. Enter the strange world of Rayman 2, where everything is cute or downright creepy, where you can't swim because of piranhas, then later swim, even with piranhas in the water. Meet wacky characters like Glowbox, and family, Murphy, Clark, Lee the Fairy, and Razorbeard, who is a strange villain for sure. Play through the many levels in Rayman 2. Controls seem stiff at first, but are actually snappy and responsive. The camera is decent, but sometimes has hiccups. The game also loves to remind you when not to use the camera with this sound. Platforming feels pretty great, and never gets boring. You must collect lumps to progress, and break these cages for even more lumps. Destroy 10 cages and your health bar increases, and health is regained, which is kinda pointless, because the game is super forgiving. Die, then respawn just a few paces away. A game over just has you restart the section of level you were on. This game also has combat. It's rather dull, but hey, at least you're not swarmed with enemy. The game is constantly teaching players new gimmicks and mechanics, as each level has something new to utilize. Sometimes these concepts are never used again, like these gusts of wind that ascend Rayman. Wall jumping is used very few times. Plums are used a few levels, but could have more potential. This dope minecart section is one and done. Flying barrel sections are fun, but used like 3 times. This unlimited helicopter hair level could have been used more in other levels, because this level is great and could be expanded upon. Some mechanics, however, are not that fun. Sam the Snake is not so fun, as the controls are oddly twitchy. The camera positioning is too low, so adapting to obstacles in front of you is a pain. But Sam misses Rayman in the end. Well, I don't, so bugger off. One of Rayman 2's favorite sections are these bullet riding sections. You ride this thing like a freaking horse. The bullet controls well, but the game demands that you navigate tight corridors and make precise jumps, which is dog ass. Later in the game, you take control of this pirate ship. It's boring and slow, but hey, look at all them tiny glow boxes. Gotta bring them back to Uglet here, and boom, section over. The game, as mentioned earlier, isn't too difficult. The game does slowly ramp up in difficulty, engaging the player as the journey goes on, but it's not bad at all. The only spike in difficulty is the final boss. More on this later. Yeah! The game has a few bosses. The bosses are quite easy. One even kills itself. Okay. My favorite boss is the Guardian of the Cave of Bad Dreams. Not a true boss, but it's engaging and thrilling. There's a chase series. Okay. Then a gauntlet of platforming. Yeah! Flex them platforming muscles! This boss in the Sanctuary of Ice and Fire is easy, as it's the first boss, but the idea of the boss is easy to grasp and to conquer, and is expanded upon later in the game. This leads to the boss in the Sanctuary of Rock and Lava. The boss has you run from the fire, jump on webs, and bring a spiked rock down on the boss.
It's right.
These bosses give Rayman one of 4 masks, supposedly. These masks must be given to Polycus, who must be reawakened to help restore peace to the glade, and Rayman is to aid in this goal. The game should have been called Polycus's Awakening. Right? Boo! You suck! Boo! The graphics are dated. Animations have a stop-motion quality to them. Textures are fuzzy and flat, especially these tentacle textures. Oh god! Some character models are blocky, like Lee the Fairy and Clark. Some are jagged, like the Teensies and Glowbox, along with his family. Colors are bright and kinda dulled out to give that grim fantasy vibe the game is going for. Lighting looks good too. Art direction is great, as it's Rayman we're talking about here. Everything is cartoonish, and everything is packed with character and charm. I mean, packed. The game is funny at times, and it's also serious at times. It all blends well together. The jams the game has on offer are well done, though kind of forgettable. A lot of it has a tribal tone to it, and fits the game perfectly. The jingle that plays when dancing with teensies is... Sound effects are good, especially those explosions. I also like the sound the piranhas make. Other things Rayman 2 does well are the chase sequences, which really shows off how good it feels to platform. Engaging the player with timing and reaction, along with a good camera angle on the action. The swimming controls are the best ever. One button ascends Rayman, one button descends. The analog stick moves Rayman in the direction needed. Once you save enough lums, cages, and obtain the 4 masks, it's time for the final level, sliding down the pirate ship and learning a new mechanic, a flying motherfucking bullet. The controls are the worst, as you use the analog stick to steer and rotate, and Z to stabilize. It's GTA flight controls we're talking here. This is a sin because the game demands you to traverse through tight sections of the level, making precise movements. Once you get past all of that, you face off against Razorbeard, who was not ready for this fight, debriefing moments earlier. That's brilliant. In the beginning, the boss isn't bad. Rayman must deflect bombs back in Razorbeard's direction, dodge energy balls or balls of energy, however you want to put it, until... Please, God, no. Oh, God, no. Anything but fucking this. No. Please. No. You have to fight the rest of the boss with the flight controls you barely came to terms with earlier. This is brutal, baffling, and I didn't beat the game because of this shit. Yeah, call me a loser. I don't care. We all know Rayman saves the day because sequels. Yeah. And a terrible ending to an otherwise great game. Beyond this, I would recommend this game for everyone to play. It is dated in some areas, but it's one of the greatest 3D platformers ever devised by mankind and is enjoyable. Then.
Rayman do.
Rayman do. The jams the game has on offer here are well done though, but kind of... I can't talk. Every day I go about, and I can't talk. Every time I talk, I either stutter or misspeak. Like just now, the jams the game has on offer are well done, though kind of forgettable. A lot of it is a try what the fuck. Oh shit. Once you make... What the fuck? Man, I can't read my own damn script.